Welcome to Chaos! Yeah, I'm Lewis and this is Chaos! Oh yeah. On tonight's show, we've got an action-packed show for you. As per usual, we've got Arnie Gert coming up on the show tonight. Arnie Gert. On Youth Matters, we've got Kim and Rachel Hills. We got panel beaters, of course. Panel beaters. In Stitches, special guest, Chris Redfern. Ratty. We've also got Small Talk Helen and artist Samantha J. Lord. We got Idiot Box with Matt. We've got... Oh no, you thought I was going to do it, but oh no, I wasn't going to do it. Right now, we're going to introduce Natalie to let us know who the band is. Suspense builds. Yes, you may enter
Thank
the
you.
arena.
Thanks. Hi, Lewis.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Thanks. I'm glad you got my call about making sure you wore a stripy shirt tonight. So we're sort of...
Oh,
I wanted to match.
Oh,
yeah.
that call.
Yeah, I wanted us to match. So, you know, looked good. So I'm glad you wore a stripy shirt as well. So thanks for that.
Yeah. Well, you know I can't leave the house without ringing you for a tip.
I know. On fashion tips. I know. Thanks.
That's right.
Thanks. Well, all right. Enough about fashion.
Enough about
fashion. Yeah, enough about us.
Enough about you and your striped shirts.
It's time for the band. This week we've got Rob McSweeney and Pete Bongo Flynn, and they're singing a song called Quest for Love. Here we go.
Doors are shut, the quest for love. The mountain is closed, the quest for love. Chips are down, the quest for love. A young woman smiles, I give my best for love. Let me see what I need to see. Let me be what I need to be. In a bar in Eastwood, the quest for love. Pool table boredom, the quest for love. The bright city lights, the quest for love. Catch a cab at 4 a.m. I give my best for love. Let me see what I need to see. Let me be what I need to be. I can't take no more of this. Splash on my aftershave, the quest for love. Caught in unsuited prospects, the quest for love. Lonely full moon nights, the quest for love. But I never give up hope, I give my best for love. Let me see what I need to see. Let me be what I need to be. I can't take no more of this. Loneliness, same old shit. Let me see what I need to see. Let me be what I need to be. I can't take no more of this. Loneliness, same old shit.
Hi. Hi, Rob. Hi. Is it Bongo or Pete, or is it okay if I call you Bong? Hi, how you going? Thanks
Good.
for coming in. Now, Rob's been in on the show before about 18 months or so ago. So
Yeah, much.
I'm assuming that you've probably gone on to sort of superstardom since appearing on Chaos.
Yeah, superstardom. I sort of had to get a facelift in that, so people wouldn't recognise me walking down the street.
Now, you do have a CD, and I noticed in the CD that you've actually thanked Chaos TV.
Indeed,
So
yeah.
we've been thanked on a CD, so thank you for that. So we've got a bit of a mention in the CD. I think that's probably our first mention in a CD. I'm not really sure, but thanks for that. So tell us a little bit about the CD, the songs on it. They're all originals, or do you do sort of some covers, or?
All the songs on the CD are originals. Yeah, they're all my own songs I've written. When we play live, though, we chuck in some covers as well.
Is that the song that you played for us tonight? Is there any reason why you picked that song for tonight, or a particular favourite, or?
Probably because one of the songs we know the best.
Fair enough.
It's a favourite. It's a favourite too. Yeah.
Now, if people want to get a hold of this CD, you've got an email address, or is it available in stores anywhere?
Yeah, they can contact me via email at Rob McSwinney. That's ROBMCSWINNEY. That's one word at mail.com.
I think we've got that up on the screen as
Oh,
well.
cool.
So.
Oh, cool.
But it was good to hear you, to make you say that aloud.
That's for people who are looking away from the screen. And and I'd be more than happy to post you out a copy. And our next gig's going to be on the 16th of December at the Mars Hill Cafe in Parramatta in Sydney.
So that's about 3 months away. So you're obviously sort of, it's going to be a really big show. If you're taking 3 months
that's
to
right.
practice.
Yeah, we're getting hyped up. and if viewers in Brisbane and Melbourne, if they like what they hear, they're welcome to contact us, and we'd be more than happy to come down and play for them as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for coming on. And I hope we get a mention on your next CD as well.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks to Rob and to Bongo. We'll see you next week with Bryce Jacobs on next week's show. Cheers. See ya.
And Natalie there, of course. Right now we've got none other than Idiot Box with Matt coming up. Put your hands together!
Good evening there, people looking at me from inside a little box. How you all doing this evening? I'm running solo tonight. Sarah's off looking for something Bollywood, so that's what she's up to. Anyway, what I've been up to, again, the usual stock standard, watching the old Idiot Box myself. After the Olympics, we've got a lot of shows with series returns. Monday night, you've got interesting things such as 6 Feet Under coming back on. Fans of that, tune in, because that's a pretty good show to get into. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. If you like watching little puffy men tell you what to do, fine. Watch that. It gets a bit of a good rating, so I think a lot of people are sort of into watching that. Also, John Safran versus God. Please tune into this. This is good, funny Australian, not only humour, but a little bit of education as well. John's actually come in and done an interview, which you'll probably see here in an upcoming week, so stay tuned for that. Thursday night, you've got a bit of silly stuff happening as well. You've got those little sassy girls on Simple Life road trip. So Paris and Nikki getting into all sorts of mischief. If you have missed it last night, she fell off a horse after trying to make it go a little bit faster. She later said that, I've been riding horses all my life. She didn't know how to bloody make it go fast, did she? Also, I tuned into what I thought was an upcoming cricket show called Playing It Straight. How wrong I was. I thought a bit of Playing It Straight like that. These are a few gay cowboys and a few straight cowboys thrown into the mix. A young lady has to pick who's straight. If she wins, she gets to split the $200,000 with him. And if she chooses a gay lad, well, he gets the cash to boot. So the gay ones are playing it rather straight. So we'll see what happens in the ensuing weeks there. Also, again, just onto the sports factor, you've obviously had your AFL kick-off in the last week or so, getting into the tight stuff on that. Also, the NRL Rugby League, you've got a Brisbane team up there, and you've also got a Victorian team in Melbourne Storm on that. So stay tuned, that should be hotting up. One thing to keep in mind about that is that they are going live for the first time ever. So stay tuned, watch it live. It's like being there, except you don't have to push through the crowds and wait for beers and the toilet. So that's pretty good stuff. What else have we got there? Gee, there's so much. I'm just looking at my little guide here and the camera over there. How you doing? All right? Excellent. You can see I've really been studying this week. Wednesday nights, of course, what I was getting to, the Osbournes. If you've missed reruns, whether it's on your pay TV or the last series, you're getting reruns of that, and that's also a bit of a giggle on Channel 10 around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So stay tuned for all that funny stuff. The educational stuff is a bit of fun. Also, I guess if you're into the soaps... Stay tuned there. Looks like I'm getting a new microphone. How's that for technology? And so stay tuned if you're into the soaps. I occasionally look, I do sometimes have days off during the week, and I find myself sitting there in my lone existence watching the soaps sometimes. I know it's a hard thing to do, but we must do it sometimes. So whatever you're doing, enjoy. And if it wasn't for television, what would you be doing now? See you in the next few weeks.
Well, tell you what, the rate of change with technology, we no sooner get an update of microphones, and in here at Chaos, immediately updated, even if it's halfway through the segment, boom, there's new technology. Matt, there you go, hey? Finger on the pulse, mate, finger on the pulse. That's us here at Chaos. What I thought I might do is take a bit of time to do something, a bit of a surprise. We've got someone that's been coming along to the show. I think her name's Sarah. Is it Sarah? Sarah? Come on down, Sarah. Come on down. Come over here. Now, Sarah didn't know I was going to do this, and I've actually not really talked to Sarah before, so I thought I'd take a moment just to have a few words. Sarah, what brings you down to the show? How many times have you been here?
This is my second show.
Second show, look at that, and your mug on TV already.
Yeah, I'm a bit camera shy, actually.
So I appreciate that you've gone all out with the hair, the flame kind of, inspired Chaos logo thing.
Yeah, definitely. I used to have long blonde hair. Just last week after the first show, I was inspired to have a radical haircut change.
And we appreciate that, and that's why I thought I'd get you on here as well. What would you like to do in front of the camera or behind camera work?
Oh, behind. Very much behind camera.
Well, isn't it lucky that I got you out here so you could just experience what it's like in front of the camera, so you could make an informed decision?
Thanks, Lewis.
No worries. What do you think of the show so far?
Oh, it's a bit of fun. Yeah, it's I'm yet to see it in Sydney TV, but looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. And you too can get involved and be in front of the camera as well. Give us an email. We've actually got email. Have a look at this screen here. That's you there. agent@chaostv.org.au. All you've got to do is save up for an airfare from either Melbourne or Brisbane and come on down to our Sydney studio. Dye your hair red, and I don't think it's a big ask.
Not at all.
You fly all the way from Perth, don't you?
Yep.
That's the way. That's the way. Just go along with it. That's it. All right, you can go. You can go. Give her a round of applause. Oh, actually, come back. Come back. Oh, no, look, don't worry. Sorry. All right now we've got coming up next, Small Talk with Helen and our artist Samantha J. Lord.
Hi and welcome to Small Talk. I'm Helen Schuler and I'm here tonight with Samantha J. Lord and we're going to talk art. Welcome to Chaos, Sam. Thank you so much for coming in. Now, you studied art in Melbourne, didn't you?
Yeah, I started off in Melbourne. I was actually born in Perth, but I was raised in Melbourne and been a full-time artist now for 3 years, but I've been doing art probably 10 years all up.
And you first sort of started with a bit of pop culture. We've got some copies of some of your art that are going to go across the screen as we talk, but can you tell us a little bit about some of this art that we're going to see? Yeah,
the first big break I really had was with Shampton's limited edition prints, and they printed 2 posters for one was for Melbourne Grand Prix and the other one was for the sport in Melbourne. And so they went for the first Grand Prix and we've done really well with those.
Yeah. And you sort of moved on a little bit from some of the pop art to a bit more corporate caustic stuff. Can you tell me, you've got an interesting story behind quitting your job and moving into art?
Yeah, I was a corporate sales rep for nearly, probably 10 years, and during that I did my art on top of it. But when I actually decided to take the plunge and leave sales and go into becoming an artist, I used to I had this baggage of this corporate life and the executive stuff that I wanted and let go, and I used that life and what I'd learnt in it and took it out into my paintings.
Yeah.
So I got rid of my chip on my shoulder.
Because they're quite dark, aren't they?
Yeah, that was something that most of my paintings are very bright and happy, and someone actually said to me one day, "I just want, talk about the stuff that's a little bit deeper and a bit underneath some of the things." So I did paintings on Two-Faced and all the sales reps getting together and telling stories about each other. I did stories on, living between two different worlds and brainwashed with a washing machine in someone's head and things like that. So, yeah.
And then you moved up to Sydney and your artwork changed a little bit.
Yeah, I started, because I was becoming an artist, I was actually becoming a bit slower in my lifestyle, and I started talking to a lot of the Koori people out there, and they made me look at a bit more of organics and just look at life a bit slower, and so the paintings became looking at something even as simple as a leaf and taking that into a great big abstract almost piece.
And I really quite like the style of, it's called Eye of the Land. And can you explain, without going into too many trade secrets, just how you achieve the effect?
The one on the wheat series is the one that's probably taken off the best. I've got that in the foyer of CRC Wheat, and I've also just sold one this morning into one of the big homes out in the suburbs. But basically what happens with that is there's an undercoat which gives you the shimmer and the shine, and then there's a coat over the top which gives you the earth depths, and then there's a coat again on top of that which I twist the brush and it gives you the lift of the paint. So it's actually quite chunky when you look at it.
You really love your art, don't you? I mean, has it been such a great move for you to take it up full time?
No, look, it's been refreshing. It's a story of the sea change. I mean, I really did have to sell all my assets and become an artist and live on hundreds a week instead of what I was living on and paying off. So it became a whole different way of life, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't go back. You couldn't pay me to go do the job I was doing before to do this now.
But you also support other young artists as well, don't you?
Yeah, something that I probably found was art had never been sold from an artist's point of view. There's always the curators who, and because art is a perception and whether you like it or not is whether it has a value, there's nothing for an artist to say that I'm good enough and I can sell it. So I got some of my corporate friends together and they gave us some money and we started a web page that basically it's up to the artist to put at least 10 paintings on, and then build up from there and just build a portfolio, talk to people, have business cards and sell yourself really, and instead of waiting on the gallery and the curator and everything like that.
Because you do run a different sort of style opening to galleries, don't you? It's a real event. I've been to one of them. It was really exciting. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they're good actually. Well, what happened was the first one I actually had in Melbourne was so full that no one really got to see the artwork, but we had such a great time, and I sold a lot of paintings, but I don't know whether that's to do with the wine too. But but what happened was it was so big that we actually got the sponsors then wanted to have their own night. So I then had private functions that went on along the exhibitions. Now they worked fabulously, and really the only problem we have now is not finding people to come to the exhibitions, even for the other artists on the webpage. It's actually finding galleries that'll support us and have 3 or 4 nights a week instead of just one opening in 3 weeks, and that's it.
Because you talked about the wine, you put your labels on wine bottles as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've got some wonderful sponsors, and one of them's Wines by Design, and they've given me 3 wine labels with Bidjibong wines and the Vidello and the Shiraz, and so it's great, and I get to sell them cheaper than you can buy them retail, and you get my paintings on the front, so can't do better than that. Got to buy them by the case though.
Oh, Sam. And so what have you got in the works at the moment?
Coming up, we've got. I've had the exhibition in Melbourne that was coming up is been postponed simply because the gallery's changed hands. So currently, we're looking for a new gallery in Melbourne.
Plug.
Any galleries, please contact us. Then we've also, because like I said, we've got all these sponsors, all these people wanting to see them. It's all ready to go. It's all ready to print. It's all ready to run. We've got Sydney in November, and I've also got Clauden Park in Townsville is got an exhibition later next year.
Excellent. Alrighty. So if you are a young artist and you'd like to appear on Sam's website, or if you're someone who's got a gallery, whether or not it be in Melbourne or if it's in Brisbane, then just jump onto www.contemporaryartworks.com and you can see all of Sam's work on there, and you can also see how you can become involved. Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Sam.
Thank you, Helen.
And keep painting. All right. That's all for small talk this week, and now it's over to Lewis.
Well, that was small talk, and that was Helen. Yeah. Right now we've got one of the funniest guys around. He'll have you in hysterics. He'll have you rolling on the floor. Put your hands together for Chris Redfern.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It's great to be here. Just want to start by saying, how lazy is the guy that invented the snooze button? He's just the laziest guys in the world, isn't he? You know, but I just love the snooze button because you're in bed in the morning, you're just like, bang, 8 more minutes. I don't need a shower. Bang, I don't need breakfast. Bang, fuck it, I'll just wear this. You know, but wouldn't it be good if you could use the snooze button in other areas of life? Like you're having sex with your girlfriend, you're just about to blow, bang, 8 more minutes. And it'll last about 9. It'd be perfect. But no, it's great being a comedian, you know, it's really good fun being a comedian, and but you go to parties and people ask you some stupid questions. You know, like, oh, you're a comedian, tell us a joke, tell us something funny. Doesn't really happen for other, you know, professions though, does it? Like you go to a party and you meet a doctor. You're like, oh, you're a doctor. That's great. Can you just have a look at this rash on my balls? You know? Or you meet a bouncer and you're like, oh, you're a bouncer. These shoes okay? You know, or you meet a parking cop. Like you meet a parking cop and you're just like, how come I'm talking to you? You're a loser. Absolute loser. But I had a job and in the day, and it was a call centre job. It was just really boring, you know, and the supervisor comes in and goes, Chris, you know, you got to build rapport. It's all about building rapport, customer service, right? So I've been there like a week, and I think, oh, I reckon I've built heaps of rapport. So at the end of my calls now, I start doing this. It's really good fun. It's like, miss you, speak soon. No, you hang up first. You hang up first. You know, but what you should do, it's really good fun. You should try this if you work on the phone a bit. At the end of the call, you're like, thanks very much, Mr. Smith. Thanks very much. Goodbye. Fuckwit. Because they're going to be at home going, did he just call me a fuckwit? Yeah, I did. But, no, it's all good fun. But they let me resign from the job, which I thought was great, you know, because resigning from a job is, you know, a lot better than getting sacked. But resigning from a job is a bit like breaking up with your girlfriend, you know. It's not you, it's me. I just got to move on. You know, I'll call you, we'll do lunch, you know. But I thought, what if relationships were like employment? Like you come home one day and you want to break up with your girlfriend. You're like, oh, sweetheart, listen, it's going to let you go. You got a month's notice? And this is your replacement, Kathy. Just show her around, tell her what I like, show her the mission statement. Yeah. And I just hope she doesn't claim unfair dismissal. But no, it is good fun being a comedian, and but you know it is hard to pick up. You know, it is hard to pick up. I remember like in the olden days, like the musical Oklahoma. Remember that Oklahoma? I'm just a girl who can't say no. Where's she now? That would be brilliant. I'd love to see her. But I'll just tell you a joke which I got told today, which I love, and I just want to tell you, is this guy, it was his wife's birthday, right? It was his wife's birthday, and he comes home and he's forgotten all about it. And he goes to her, you know, sweetheart, I'm really sorry. What do you want for your birthday? And she's like, a divorce. And he goes, fuck, I wasn't going to spend that much. Thanks, yeah. But now, before I go, I just wanted to talk about fishing. So I went fishing the other week, and I reckon fishing is a bit like trying to break up with your girlfriend. Like fishing is just fishing is just like trying to pick up. Trying to pick up, you got to have good tackle. You got to have a good firm rod with a soft tip. You got to have the right line. And if it's not working out, you got to move spots. And you got to be very patient, because you don't know how long you're going to be there. And then even if you get a nibble, doesn't mean you're going to land it. And even if you land it, you got to make sure it's legal. So that's mine. Thanks very much. And now over to the panel beaters.
Hello and welcome to the panel. On tonight's show, welcome our guests. Okay. Can we get a replacement cameraman? Sorry, you're fired.
He's enthusiastic.
We don't promote enthusiasm.
Not on the panel.
We're not here for enthusiasm.
No.
We're here for a laugh. Okay. Welcome our guests. Wait for it. Danielle, Natalie, and Helen. Now you can clap. Okay, that's been panel beaters for the night. Thank you very much.
Someone appreciates us, Lewis.
Yeah, oh, whoa, that's right. You and your striped shirt. On tonight's panel, I thought we'd talk about the fact that Mossman Council has banned smoking on any council property. That means footpaths, council property, waterworks, etc., etc. What do we think about that? I mean, really, what's next?
True.
Is that what we're thinking? Well, is that fair enough? What do you think, Danielle?
Look, I don't understand how they actually plan on enforcing these things. I mean, what, they're going to have, sidewalk police?
Oh, they got water police coming around, looking over your backyard, checking if the sprinkler's on. So, yeah, probably.
Look, I feel that outside of, restaurants and clubs and things, I don't find it offensive, and I think that it's a free country and people can do what they please.
I think it's a bit weird, the footpath. I mean, what next? You're not going to be able to walk down the street holding hands with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or something like that. They're just sort of, it's slowly infringing on all your personal rights. I mean, I'm not a smoker, but I think smokers get a pretty, rough deal. They can't smoke here, they can't smoke there. It's outside and there's alright, it's probably polluting, but it's like it's going up into the sky and it's floating away. It's not like you're in an enclosed space.
But then again, what about the cost of all those butts being thrown all over the place? The council workers got to come along and sweep the streets and things like that.
Smokers are pretty bad that way. They just sort of do.
If it wasn't for smokers, we wouldn't have to bother cleaning the streets. There wouldn't be bushfires.
As Danielle said, though, I think it's going to be really hard to enforce. I mean, guy, I'm on the sidewalk police. Sorry, if you're coming with me, you're
here's a $50 ticket.
I think it's just going to be too hard to enforce, and it's just it's a bit strange.
Your Honour, evidence, Article A, the confiscated cigarette, as you can see, half used. Helen.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Sportastic. I've got the microphone, but
it's turned off.
Is it?
No, so we can't hear you. So Danielle, you were saying that you thought it was not good.
Look, I used to be a smoker. I'm not anymore. But the thing is that
that's a big round of applause for Danielle. She's giving us You're welcome at Mossman anytime. You could be the pin-up girl for the Mossman Council. Give up cigarettes and don't smoke campaign.
Yeah, no worries. But look, it's up to the council to provide adequate bins and ashtrays and things like that people actually can access and can, use, rather than, start policing the sidewalks and seeing who's throwing butts at anywhere, rather help the problem
maybe they could have some council workers coming along with an ashtray. Care to butt it out in the ashtray?
I'm just a little bit
Helen,
confused.
your mic's still not working.
I know, but
and we know you're confused.
Anyway,
Helen just admitted she's confused.
Well, A, we live in Australia, so it's a footpath. B, the football's on. Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, the football's on.
Sorry,
the AFL football's on. Everybody out there knows that.
We're not hearing you.
Firstly, we need to explain to our viewers what Mossman
Natalie,
is.
Unfortunately, the viewers at home can't hear what Helen's saying. Would you care to elaborate on your point about smoking in Mosman? Mosman, apparently, not Mosman.
No,
Well, let's
Mosman.
just say it's an affluent area of
Just
Sydney.
ignore
so
Helen because no
imagine
one can hear her at
South
home. So
Yarra.
essentially, it's just
Imagine
the three
what
of
happens
us.
if South Yarra
Maybe
has
one of you
no
could lend her your
Caulfield.
microphone and then we could hear her.
Caulfield?
Yeah.
I just think,
I don't think so.
as I was saying
No.
before, I think it's like
Yes.
I haven't
it's
been to
about
Melbourne in a
your,
while.
No, it's a long time.
it's about your personal. I mean, it's a free. This is a free country. We're a free democratic country. We can do whatever we want. So why? I mean,
But
why?
not in Mosman.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, Helen,
you
can't
know.
hear.
But I just think that if you want to smoke. Okay, fair enough. They say not in clubs, not in pubs, not in these places. That I agree with that because I don't like going into a pub and walking out and your clothes are all smoky and stinky
your
and horrible.
hair. No.
But on the footpath, I mean, people are just going to step onto the person's grass on the person's front lawn and go, "Hey, I'm not on your footpath. I'm on this bit of grass here," and it'll just get a bit farcical. So
Yeah, but you know
But
what?
you
I
wash
don't
your
want-
clothes anyway. Sorry, Helen, we can't hear you.
No, I
You
don't-
wash your clothes anyway at the end of the night. So what's the problem, you know, with your clothes smelling of smoke for
I
crying
hate my
out loud?
clothes smelling of smoke.
And your hair and your hands and
disgusting.
Oh, you shampoo your hair, you wash your clothes. What's the big problem? If you don't like it, maybe they should set up non-smoking clubs and smoking clubs.
no,
and
hang
clubs
on.
and-
We should
Yeah,
explain
they
to the
have some
viewers.
that
Just
you
sorry,
don't
Helen, we
like
can't-
to smoke.
can't
You
hear you.
don't smoke.
Can't hear you.
No, we should explain that
hear
Lewis
either.
is a smoker, and this is
No,
why he's
no.
adamant.
It's obviously the
Yeah,
council's
Casual
obviously had.
smoker,
I mean, I
and
wonder,
not in Mosman.
I wonder if
You're
the
not
council's
welcome
had
there.
talks
No,
about this. Like, has the
There's a big
council
wanted
spoken to the
sign with my
residents?
face on it.
I'm just wondering if the council's spoken to the residents. Have they had some sort of community forum? Because maybe this is what the residents want as well. I mean, we have to think of that. Maybe they, because it is like it's a fairly affluent suburb.
and you
Maybe
don't want us to pick up
maybe they
dirty
don't want
cigarette
those.
butts off your nice clean footpath, off your nice brown lawn because it's brown because you can't water.
No, but look, I mean, if it's the residents,
Your mic just came up for a brief second there. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. Please thank, well, not that Helen did a hell of a lot tonight, but Daniel, Natalie,
we love you, Helen.
and Helen. Personally, I think the silence was a big improvement. That's been panel winners.
Hello, welcome to Youth Matters. I'm Kim Ackhurst. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks, you will have noticed that the federal election is coming up on the 9th of October. Now, what if you're not interested in interest rates, and how are we going to sift through all this spin and rhetoric that the politicians are going to come up with? And what if you've never voted before and you just want to find out some more information? Well, there's a brand new website called the Election Tracker, and with me to talk about it is Rachel Hills.
Hi.
Hello. Thanks for coming in. Now, it's part of the VibeWire initiative, which is a site helping young people kind of be creative and communicate. And we've got the Election Tracker. So what's motivated this site?
Well, I suppose we came up with the idea for Election Tracker, well, obviously because there was a federal election coming up. And because we noticed, I voted once before in 2001, and we noticed that a lot of the election coverage that was currently out wasn't really relevant to young people. As you said, it was all about interest rates and superannuation, etc. So we wanted to create a way to make election information interesting. So we decided that to make it interesting, we should make it written by some really talented young people and make it interactive so that young people can respond to what's written and so on.
So what can we find if we go to the Election Tracker site?
There's heaps of different stuff there. We publish several new articles every day, features on the new policies that have been released, on what's happening on the campaign. We also have overviews of policies of all the major parties, a brief explanation of the policy of the platforms of each party. We also have question and answer sessions called the Election 11 with politicians from different parties, which is quite amusing, I have to say.
Yes, what kind of coffee they drink and everything.
Yeah, that's one of the questions. And yeah, you can really see how each politician really follows down the party line there. Most excitingly, we're sending 4 journalists, one's 18, 19, one's 22 and one's 25, to follow around Mark Latham and John Howard through the final 2 weeks of the election campaign and to write articles on their perspective of what's happening.
So are they, obviously, like the big issues have been interest rates and kind of targeting the young families or the elderly. So there is a real gap from youth issues. So that's what you're trying to cover, and how are you going to do that?
So we are trying to cover youth issues, but we also believe that youth issues aren't really, young people are interested in a whole variety of things. It's not, you can't really classify their interests in one small area as youth issues. So the idea is that the trackers will go out on the trail, they'll figure out what's been missing from the campaign, and they'll be asking questions related to things that young people are interested in.
So
They'll be
more from a
relating
youth
those policies,
perspective.
exactly, just bringing in that perspective, which they'll just do naturally from their age.
And how do you think they'll go with all the other rough and tumble journos on the campaign trail?
It's definitely tough out there. The press gallery in the election trail is a notoriously cliquey place. No question it'll be hard for them. But they're such incredibly talented people that I'm sure that they'll be able to carry it off. It'll be tough. They'll be screaming out of the back, Mr. Howard, Mr. Howard. Excuse me.
Pushing Laurie Oakes aside.
I don't think they'll be able to get that close to the stage. But apparently standing in the middle of the crowd's the best place to be seen from anyway, unless you are Laurie.
So why do you think this kind of website is so important?
I think a lot of young people, there's a perception that a lot of young people aren't interested in politics. And while certainly they're not all obsessed with it, I think it's partially because the information isn't put to young people in a way that is digestible, that is interesting. I mean, the main criteria we used to select our writers were we were looking for people who'd write things that not only we'd want to read, but other young people would want to read, and people that weren't obsessed with politics. To make it digestible, to make it understandable, that sort of thing.
Yes, and there's a whole lot of information about first-time voters as well.
Yeah, we've got a big frequently asked questions section, and it taught me things that I didn't know, I'm ashamed to say, about how all the different houses work and how to preference, etc.
So there's some really good information on there. If you want to log on, the website is www.electiontracker.net. And if we want some more information, we can also email you, Rachel?
Yes, at rachel@vibewire.net. So if you want to get involved, if you want to write an article, or we'll be sending people out to different media announcements and things like that, not just trackers but other people. So if you're interested in submitting, or even if you just want to log on and read an article and comment and engage in some conversation.
There's a lot of forums on the site as well.
It's very interactive.
Yes,
Great.
yes. So get on there, the 9th of October, that's the big election day. Have your say. It's a really important election, I think, this time. And try and get onto the election tracker and read about what's going on so you can make some informed decisions. So thanks for coming in, Rachel.
Thank you.
Lewis, it's over to you.
Technology, eh? Well. Here we are. My interview guests tonight are Tina and Simona. And they've just completed a documentary all about Simona and 2 others. And it basically follows their life through the HSC. Is that correct? Make them feel welcome, first of all, before they comment. Make them Big All at Once is what it's called, isn't it? And Tina, you're the documentary maker, and Simona, you're one of the subjects.
That's right.
Cool. That's been the interview to that pretty much summed it up, didn't it, Tina?
Yeah. It's, what is it? It's halfway through the HSC, and then basically it sort of follows them for about 6 months after that.
There's 3 people. Who
it covers the weird limbo period.
The limbo period.
The limbo period.
There's no limbo going on when I did my HSC.
No, there's sort of like this kind of, period that doesn't really have a name, which is the, your exams are finished, you're like this kind of instant adult. You're going to get this mark that's going to apparently be the rest of your life. And, I think people have a bit of a strange time during that time.
So you filmed 3 people for this. And explain how that happened and what the selection process was like. And how on earth you came to choose Simona as one of the subjects.
Okay, so how does it go? All right, well, there's 3 of them. There's Lara, and there's Nick, and then there's Simona. And basically, Simona came, there are several ways that we found people. Interviewed probably, one of the producers and myself interviewed about 100 17-year-olds. And
Any particular school?
no, we sent out, like, we just sort of put the word out that we wanted to talk to people that were turning 18, and I believe that every generation possesses like its own sort of body of knowledge. So I just wanted to go out and kind of see what was going on and whether the same things were happening that were happening to me when I was leaving school and stuff, which was only a short while ago.
Why is everyone laughing?
Quite some time. And Simona actually came from, we put like, I got the producers to put ads in like Drum Media and stuff like that, just saying you're turning 18. And Simona came from the people that responded to that ad. And actually I saw her and her sister like sitting outside the producer's flat, and I thought, oh, I hope she's coming in, because they were both there, and they both had like a headphone each.
Oh, right.
And I was sitting there going, and I thought, oh yeah, I hope she's coming in. They were just really sweet. And Nick came from, we just put like ads up at schools as well, saying if anybody wants to come and have a chat, so he responded to one of those. And then Lara was like a school teacher friend of one of the producers who said.
Okay. And what sort of budget did you have for doing this documentary?
Well, we got some money from the AFC, which was like just sort of research money, and from that we were able to sort of pay for my petrol and tolls and all that sort of stuff, but it wasn't like I got a wage or anything like that. And basically Centrelink was my friend, my very big friend for a long time.
Benefactor?
Yeah.
Sugar daddy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, seriously, God, yeah, seriously. And but then we ended up getting, the whole thing took like 3.5 years to do.
So how did you film it? So you went over to Simona's place at the, when she woke up, and
off you
just
go.
followed her around with a
I've
camera?
been talking.
Tell us
Off you
about
go. Go on.
Well, it was just like whenever, like it was quite random actually. It's like, just Tina would call up and, what are you doing tomorrow? I don't know. Hang out. And it was almost like, it was like I was just being and doing, and it wasn't like straight from the moment I woke up. It was just at, different periods, maybe when something was happening, like it was my last exam. She'd come in and be like, whoa, But you'd kind of forget that the plastic box was there anyway, because like I got along so well with Tina, just personalities clicked in that as well, that it was just, it wasn't very Truman Show or anything like that.
Did you find yourself talking to Tina, like going, Tina, what do you think?
Yeah, often, yeah.
Did you encourage
What did I
that,
say?
Tina?
Yeah. I was just holding the camera like a baby, really, just walking around. I mean, I shot 130 hours of footage, so I wasn't like, not talking.
And Simona, did you feel the pressure to create stuff? Did you sort of go, hey, sell!
No.
Just talking to
Tina's
the
coming over. Yeah.
Definitely not, no. I just figured just be. Like, and that's what I was always told to do, because it's raw. Like, the doco is completely raw. Each person is like, that's us.
Was there ever a time when Tina was there and you kind of thought, I wish she just wasn't here, or I wish I hadn't agreed to it, or I wish she'd just leave, or did you ever have to ask her to leave, or was there ever a situation like that?
No, I think Tina got the general gist of when things were a bit, but there's still a bit of that in there. Of course emotions are we're in the human.
And Tina, how hard was that for you to sort of go, oh, this is getting really juicy now?
A current affair. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How hard was it for you to sort of go, yeah, all right.
When I hid the camera in the cupboard, there was a few weird moments.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Look, it was a great question. It was just basically, how sensitive were you to how sensitive were you to the overall documentary being, juicy with full of...
I mean, I guess the thing is you're just shooting away and you know that you can make those decisions later. And if anything is in there that's really like, oh, this is going to stuff them up if it goes in, then I wasn't interested in that. Like, I wasn't making a documentary. I'm not the sort of filmmaker that puts a tripwire on the ground for my subjects. I just don't see the point of it. So it's more about kind of celebrating and loving the subjects and just sort of, following them. And I mean, there was stuff that happened, but Yeah, no, I don't know. I just got it and stuff got in there, and I mean, basically they all said that it was, you know, pretty much the truth, and
So they had
that's
the
the
final,
best thing you can do.
the final say? Was that part of the agreement that they could make
No.
decisions on the cut, or?
Nah.
No, we just trusted Tina.
Which was, yeah.
Well, she got you the chaos, all right? So it can't be all bad.
No, it's gentle, it's sweet. It's a sweet doco.
Cool. All right then. Well, thanks very much. We can see that on. It's called Big All at Once. It's
That's
on
right.
SBS on the. Is it 27th?
It's the 23rd.
23rd.
23rd of September,
23rd of
which is
Thursday
it's a Thursday night, and it's part of the Storyline Australia series.
Okay. And so it
Yeah.
runs for how long?
It's 52 minutes, so it was like 100 and whatever hours cut down to 52 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, check that out on SBS. Thanks very much to Tina and Simona.
Thanks for having
Right
me.
now we're at Artie Good.
Hello, darlings. Don't mind me. I'm just peering. It's quite a novelty not having to do it with Venetians, actually. I find the whole world looks much less dusty. Now, my name's Mrs. Sidebottom, but you don't look like hooligans around here, so you can call me Auntie Gert. What can you call me? Auntie Gert! Oh, yes, aren't they, darlings? Well, now, tonight I'm here to talk to you about the facts of life affecting young people today. And tonight I thought we'd talk about voting. We'd sort of reiterate some of the points made by that young lass before. Now, you see, back in my day, before television, stereo sound systems, astronauts, cosmonauts and lesbians, we used to find that we voted for, ordinary Australians, the nice ordinary Australian kind of man, a little bit like Robert Menzies. And we didn't mind too much if they weren't all that nice to foreigners. Now, of course, these days we vote for ordinary Australians who are a little bit like Robert Menzies, and we don't mind too much if they're not too nice to foreigners. But, yes, so what I thought I'd do, you see, voting can seem a little bit daunting if it's your first time or if you're quite new to it, but it's not that difficult. It's not too hard to work out who's who at the zoo. I find talkback radio helps. When I started listening to talkback radio, John Laws in particular, I found I was able to give up thinking for myself altogether. So it saves a lot of time, and if it works for my generation, chances are it's going to work for you too. So now what we'll do is I'll go and move over and sit with these young people over here, and we'll find out, what to think this whole nonsense of an election, so that you don't have to worry about spending your Friday nights at home in front of the television for fear of not knowing what to say when someone asks your opinion while you're out and about. Now, here we go. I'll just take a seat here. Excuse me for taking so long to get here. See, the trouble is when you get to my age, the only part of your body that moves with any spontaneity is your bowel. Oh, we've got Sarah here again. You're loving this tonight, aren't you? Don't get old, Sarah. Don't get old. You'll take up smoking for me, won't you? You will, and then you'll be gone by 50 and you won't have to go through what I'm going through. Now, Sarah, have you been watching too much about the election lately?
I've been in a bit of a computer cave with university trying to avoid a little bit of it.
I think most people in Australia are avoiding it. We're a little bit apathetic, and I think it's a good thing as well. What do you think of John Howard? He's a lovely man, isn't he?
No comment.
You won't comment?
I'm not a big fan of John myself.
You're not a big fan of John? Oh, that surprises me. I think he's a lovely man. And Tony Abbott, he's my local member. Actually, if you're watching Tony on your traps around, why don't you pay us oldies a visit one day? We haven't had anyone fawning over us for a long time. We've had Bronwyn Bishop, but she's a lovely girl, but surely she could be looking after her family a bit better. There must be some vacuuming to be doing, I'm sure. But well, I hope we've helped you tonight, boys and girls. I hope we've told you what to think. John Howard is a lovely man, and don't worry about those foreigners that people are carping on about. I know it can be heartbreaking. But as we've found out recently, thanks to the wonderful economic management of dear Mr. Costello, we've got over $9 billion left to spend on jailing them. Ta-ta, darlings.
Hey, well, hey, yeah, what can you say? Fortunately or unfortunately, that's the end of the show! Yeah. Yeah, well, okay. Well, bye then. You know, it's going to be like that. Okay. Next week we've got a band. Bryce Jacobs is going to be on the show. We got another comedian. We got another topic for panel. We got small talk with Matt and a special guest, soul inspiration with Shiny. Mirrorball with Loz and David. Oh yeah. And a very, 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 very special guest, John Safran. And heaps more. We'll see you again. It's been Chaos for another night.